Hi there, English 9B. Today we're working on adjectives and comparisons. So please highlight the definition. When you compare one person or thing with another, you're going to use the comparative form of that adjective. So for example, Rob is taller than John. We're comparing John to Rob, taller. My dog is smarter than yours. Again, we're comparing two things here, my dog to your dog. My dog is smarter than yours, the comparative form. The comparative form is made in two ways. For short adjectives like calm and slow, you're going to add er to the ending. So calm becomes calmer, slower becomes slower, happy becomes happier, and bright becomes brighter. For a longer adjective like delicious, put the word more in front of it. More delicious, more gracious. Most adjectives ending in full or ous form the comparative form with more thoughtful, more gracious. Highlight. When you compare a person or thing with all others of its kind, use the superlative form. In fact, whenever you compare a person or thing with more than one other person or thing, use the superlative. So, Lynn is the tallest person in the class. So, out of all the students in the class, Lynn is the tallest. The tiger seems to be the most ferocious animal in the zoo. Out of all the animals in the zoo, the tiger is the most ferocious. The superlative form of the adjective is made by adding est or using the word most in front of it. For an adjective that would have taken the er ending for the comparative form, change that to est for the superlative. For those adjectives that used more in the comparative form, you'll use most for the superlative. Let's go through a couple of examples. Full becomes fuller in the comparative and fullest in the superlative. Dim to dimmer to dimmest. Pretty, prettier, prettiest. Practical, more practical in the comparative and most practical in the superlative. Courageous, comparative, more courageous, and superlative, most courageous. Let's go ahead and pause here. You're going to do the next exercise where you circle the correct form of the adjective. Go ahead and play again when you're ready to look at the key. Great, let's take a look. My suitcase is heavier than yours. We're comparing two suitcases here, so use the comparative form. It was warmer in Texas than Florida. We're comparing two states, use the comparative form warmer. Wilson's store is always the busiest in town. Out of all the stores in town, Wilson's store is the busiest, superlative. Of the two parks, I like this one better. Out of the two parks, I like this one better. Two implies the comparative. And 5, this was the worst program I've ever seen. So out of all the programs that you've ever seen, this one was the worst, superlative.